Okay, now let's do the accounting for the long-term contract when the contract does not qualify for revenue recognition over time. It's the same facts as before. So with no further ado, please pause the video and go work 2024. Then return and I'll show you my solution. All right, welcome back. So the contract price is still $10 million. The estimated cost to complete at the end of 2024 was $8 million. And the estimated profit in the contract is $2 million. So the contract price is $10 million. The estimated gross profit is $2 million, but no revenue recognition until completed. So here's 2024, what we would do. We have that same entry that is all of the various entries to construction and process, and they total $2.4 million for the year. We do have the billings, so we get to bill the $2 million in 2024, and therefore we debit accounts receivable and credit billings and construction contract for $2 million. And then they, just like the last time, UMSL paid $1.8 million at the end of February. And there's the entry for that. So if I went too fast there, please pause and get that in your notes, but hopefully you were just verifying precisely what you did. So here's the financial statements at the end of 2024. You have on the assets, you have the accounts receivable of $200,000. You have construction in process of $2.4 million and the billings to date of $2 million. So you have a $400,000 construction in excess of billings. Okay. On the income statement, you have nothing because we don't get to recognize any revenue. And since we don't get to recognize any revenue, we're not going to recognize that cost of construction in there either, because that would make this year look really bad, really unprofitable. It'd make 2025 look really unprofitable. And then 2026 would be ridiculously profitable. So we're not going to recognize the cost of construction either on the income statement. Okay, that's 2024. I hope you had that. Now pause the video and go do 2025. It'll be the same thing. And welcome back. We have incurred $6 million to date on the way to a total of $8 million. We don't get to recognize any revenue on the income statement. So our journal entries are those. Again, the various debits to construction and process during the year for the UMSL Road added up to $3.6 million. Accounts receivable, we increased by $4 million. And that increased billings in the construction contract. And we received $3.6 million from UMSL. So at the end of 2025, we have nothing on the income statement. We have $600,000 in accounts receivable. Again, I hope you ran T accounts again. And the construction in process currently has $6 million. The billings to date are $600,000. And the construction in process in excess of billings is 0. The income statement for 2025 is 0. All right, so pause the video again and do 2026. Again, this is a contract where revenue recognition over the term of the contract was not allowed. So in 2026, we're going to finish the project, and that's when we will be allowed to recognize revenue. Welcome back. And we we have now incurred the total costs that added up to $8.2 million. We learned that when we did it for the case where revenue recognition was over the term of the contract. So the total profit is $1.8 million. Recognized revenue for the contract, we delivered the road. It's being driven on at this point. So we can recognize all 100%. We've recognized nothing in prior years, so we recognize $10 million this year, and we do so with these three entries. And so you can see on the income statement, revenues are going to be $10 million, the cost of construction $8.2 million, and we're going to have a gross profit for the contract of $1.8 million. And that's the journal entries. If I went too fast, please pause the video and get your notes. Hopefully you had exactly that when you worked it. And then here's the financial statements. The accounts receivable is 0. The construction in process was $10 million, but billings to date is $10 million. So the construction in process in excess of billings is 0. Indeed, what we will really do is we will zero these balances out as soon as we deliver that road via a credit to construction in process and a debit to billings to date to zero them out. And there's our income statement. There's that entry to zero those accounts out. All right, and that's the case when we were not allowed to recognize revenue over the term of the contract, so the entire revenue was recognized when we delivered the road in 2026. And so therefore we recognize the entire cost of those revenues in 2026. There's the entry to zero out the remaining balance sheet accounts for this project. All right, and that is 2 long cases on long-term contracts. Tough issue. Keep practicing it. Thank you for your attention and your hard work. Have a great day.